It's his son. That's Dougie's son.
I didn't smell it until I got almost
The backyard. Was that toward?
walking down your street.
Okay.
The woods that start right down through that.
Yeah.
Rocky?
Not right
I call to order City of Moraine Board of Zoning Appeals meeting at 6 PM on July 7th. May we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Bond? Here. Mrs. Duff? Here. Mr. Hamilton?
Here.
Mr. Bernard?
Here.
Mr. Kempe?
Here. The board received copies of the minutes from the May 5th meeting. Any corrections or additions? If not, the minutes stand approved as submitted. We will now open public hearing on case number BZA-2026-05. Public hearing is now open. It's 6:01. Clerk, if we need to administer oaths, anyone providing testimony?
Now, anybody's going to be speaking tonight, please stand up, raise your hand, and repeat the oath. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Thank you. May we have the staff report, please?
Microphone, yeah, thank you. Looking for no feedback. All right, this is BZA case 2026-05, the location 3306 Outdoor Road. City lot numbers 2274, 2275, 2276. The appellant requested appeal to Moraine Codified Ordinances sections MCO 1184-04 J1B1. Front yards. The height of any ornamental fence or wall may not exceed 3 feet above the ground at any point. Also, MCO 1181-04 J1B4. Once again, front yards. The total length may not exceed 50% of the lot frontage. Appellant requests to add wood privacy fencing around the front and sides of the property. The proposed fence would be 6 feet tall. The fence will be located at 3306 Outdoor Road in an R2 district adjacent to the rear of the street department complex located at 4720 Vance Road. The technical review committee met on June 24th, 2026 and has no objection to this case.
Thank you. Questions? All right, anyone wishing to speak on behalf in favor of the ordinance?
Hey, how are you guys? I'm the reason we're here. I'm the one that put in the permit for it. Sole reason is this is I feel that the fence right now, we had damage from a storm roughly a year ago, and we put in our budget to replace the fence. Well, I kind of dug into it a little deeper, trying to think of different options of maybe camouflaging what it looks like when you drive down Main Street to try to hide all of the street equipment, to just try to put a prettier picture on the city when you're coming down Main Street. To add to that, with talking to the street department superintendent, he had asked that I maybe extend the lot a little bit to give them more access to park their trailers, to free up more of their parking lot. So that's kind of where we're at on the extension part of it. Any questions? I'd be happy to help you. Good.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak on behalf of the variance? Anyone wishing to speak against the variance?
Yes. I'm Erica Watts. I live at 3313 Outdoor Road. Our house is like right next to that street garage, the back side of it. When this first came about, we were told that the fence was going to be brought up our street and across the street. I have been reassured that that's not happening
It's not happening.
across the street.
It's not happening. It can't even happen anyways.
Okay.
It's, yes. Law.
Erica, you'd have to vacate that part of the street to do that, and we're not doing that.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
So my next question is, I understand that you're wanting to give them more parking spots in their lot, but I was told by your city manager, our city manager, that you're not going to pave that part?
So what
Is it going to
it'll
stay
be-
grass?
Rocky, before you speak, you kind of have to grab a microphone.
Can I?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Sorry about that. Well, we can look at each other. So the reasoning behind it is city manager doesn't want to change the zoning of those lots, of house lots. So his goal behind it is we're putting a fence up that can be taken down. If for some reason the city decides they want to develop that property into putting new homes back in that spot, all we're putting down is a blacktop, like chips and dust type. So that way it's pretty much just a refill it back with dirt and put grass back down. And it would be on that side of the fence, you'd never even see it.
Okay, that was my question, because he was telling me that it was just going to be grass, and I'm like, well, then why even bring it out that far if that's what you're going to do?
Yeah. That's the reasoning we're just extending it out with the, it's a black, crushed blacktop is what it is. And then it's not a permanent, it can be pulled right back out and put dirt right back in its place and put grass down.
And how necessary is it to get that much more room for equipment?
According to Street Garage Superintendent, he's adamant about needing to extend his parking lot. Because with if you guys have watched any of the council meetings, we keep acquiring new equipment to try to do more things within the city without having to outsource different types of projects. So with that, it comes with more equipment. And by doing more equipment, we need more real estate for parking of the new equipment. Now, the new equipment won't always stay there, so it ain't like you're always going to have to look at it, maybe the top of it over the fence,
that's fine.
because it's more of probably a summertime thing, to where in the wintertime we try to store everything away to try to keep the longevity of the equipment. We try to put everything in a storage building.
I guess I was just trying to make sure that it is that necessary to bring the fence out as far as you're wanting to. But as long as it's not going to be like right in my face, out my front door, I can be okay with that.
So what the goal is if you could draw an imaginary straight line off the corner of that building, which is what me, the city manager, and street superintendent was looking at, we are, I don't know, 20 feet off of your corner of your guys' house to be able to look out. So it won't be like it's a straight line, you're looking out off the corner of your house. It'll be off the corner of the street garage building.
Okay. And where those flags are located too, you're going to have to take out a tree, aren't you?
One tree.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I was just
And
curious.
there are some dead trees that are getting taken out along that strip of trees that go along the length of the salt barn, that are already dead that need to come down.
Right. My biggest concern was the whole thing about it going across the road, so you're reassuring me that that can't happen.
Can't
I'm
happen.
okay with it.
Yep, it's not even legal.
I'm
Yep.
happy to hear that.
Yep.
All right, thanks.
It will be in the exact same spot that the fence is right now.
All right.
It will be a privacy style fence to where you can't see through
Yeah,
anymore.
which is nice.
That's my biggest thing is I grew up here and I've always hated looking when you drive by going
Yeah.
down Main Street. You see all that ugly equipment sitting there. You drive down most city roads and you see where their shops are, you don't see it because they try to hide it.
Okay. There's clarification.
Okay. One more
Anyone
thing
else?
to add to this. This, what you see right here in this photo, is an AI rendering to try to give people an idea of what this will potentially look like. I mean, this is the style of fence, so this is really pretty similar to what the finished product will look like.
All right, is there anyone else who would like to speak for or against this variance?
I would, but I ain't sworn in.
I can swear you in if you'd like to speak.
Yeah, let me stop, let me see.
Okay. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Make sure your microphone's on, please.
Tom Watts, 3306 Outdoor Road. The only question, it's not really a question, Rocky. This goes more to administration and the boards, okay? The question I have is, it's really not really a question, it's more of a statement. What the applicant is applying for is a temporary use and a temporary easement on a zoning ordinance. That property that's there now is zoned R4 because that used to be a multifamily house on that piece of property. That being said, he's wanting to temporarily or special use that into a B2 zoning district. That's what this is about. The only question that I have is we have denied on Main Street a special use. Well, you can't use it for that if you don't use a special zoning. Because that's
Brett,
R4.
microphone.
And this part is just the BZA for the fence. It's just the fence itself. Now, all this has been turned in for the fence itself. Whatever they decide they want to do on that property, if they want to change the zoning on that property, that's something totally different. This is just how the fence is being set up. If they want to make that into a B2 or actually the street department compound or whatever it is an M1 district. So if
Right.
they wanted to move that back there to do something like that, that's a totally different thing. This is what we were starting with doing now, is just to get the fence up. If they need to move that into those lots, then we'll have to address that when it comes.
Okay, so what I'm getting at then is if we're going to put the fence up and you're not going to give a temporary zoning request or special usage request for that piece of property, you're not going to be able to put the equipment on that piece of property. Okay? So there has to be either a temporary zoning request or a permanent zoning request to change that from R4 to at least B1, if not M1. Be careful.
I mean,
Be careful.
Brent,
The reason I
That's Brent's. That's your department, not mine.
Yeah,
I'm asking for a fence. Is all
that's
I'm
correct.
asking
This
for.
is just to put the fence up. Once they start moving into that lot, that once they
Yeah.
start moving into that lot, then things have to change.
Uh,
If they need to change, then they will.
Okay.
But this is just so he can put a 6-foot fence in the front yard of.
If it has to be
That spot.
changed and it goes to that, it'll have to skip. I won't be able to vote on that
Oh,
at all.
yeah.
Okay?
For
Because
the
that-
zoning, for the.
I won't be able to vote on the zoning part of that, okay? But I'm just saying, we've had things on Main Street down through that area where people have asked for special zoning requests, and it's been denied. Be careful, okay?
Yeah, I have a question. So do you own this property, this parcel, but you don't have a house there or residence there, or
It's the city owns that
It's the
property.
ci- the city
Yep,
owns
city owns that
the
property.
city owns it? Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
And I don't know if I told you, I'm the superintendent for building and maintenance, to give clarity on why I'm here doing this.
Okay, thank you.
I have a couple of questions for our staff. One is perhaps trivial. I note in each of these two ordinances that are being requested for variance, they refer to an ornamental fence. Do you have other classifications of fences specifically?
I just think that's when it's in a front yard, you'd consider it an ornamental fence, like a smaller picket fence or something like that. That's why they call it the ornamental fence, because it's where it's going to be
So
set
there's
at.
no distinction in technical terms between an ornamental fence or any other kind?
Not really, no.
Thank you. The second thing is I just heard some discussion regarding zoning.
Right.
And the two that I heard were a B or business-related zoning and an R4. In my report here, the only one I'm seeing is a discussion of an R2 district on Outdoor Road.
That
Can
is
you
a-
help me understand
That is
whether-
an R2. It is an R2 now. I mean, where they're at now, it is all R2 over there.
Okay.
All of that whole entire area is. So
And is
it may
there
have
some
it may have
discussion
been
of
R4 in
changing?
the past. It may have been R4 in the past when there was multifamily there, but as of the zoning map right now, it is an R2 district.
Okay, well, this board doesn't have anything to do with zoning designations,
Correct.
so tonight we're just dealing with the height of the fence.
Pretty much the height and the length.
Any other questions? Very good. At this point, it's 6:16. I'm closing the public hearing for case BZA 2026-05. 6:16. Thank you very much. Continuing on for the business of the Board of Zoning Appeals, we're looking now for a decision in the case BZA 2026-05. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll second the motion to approve.
The roll call, please.
Mrs. Duff? Yes. Mr. Hamilton?
Yes.
Mr. Bernard?
Yes.
Mrs. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. Kempe?
Yes. Any other business before the Board of Zoning Appeals? Seeing none, we close the meeting at 6:17. Thank you very much.
Oh, there never is.
Yeah, if you, look, those are the three that
I have a ton of recording off, by the way.
I. You what?
I have a ton of recording